What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Rich, back to bring you some NFL props for week 3 that you must lock in. These are some good ones, but make sure, as always, you subscribe to the content. Drop me a like if you like the plays I got today, and I'm not going to delay. I'm going to talk about the play that I play each and every week. Justin Jefferson over his receiving yards versus the Detroit Lions today. The Detroit Lions have been playing in some of the highest scoring games all season, an average of 72.5 points. They play the Minnesota Vikings this week in Minnesota at home. Biggest thing with Justin Jefferson, I talk about it all the time, indoor-outdoor splits are everything. He is a monster indoors. He averages 125 against the Lions for his entire career. He averaged 112 yards indoors, and we have him projected for 119 receiving yards. Take the over 98.5 receiving yards at FanDuel. Justin Jefferson indoors is a monster, good for 100. Have to take that number before the books jump it. And I mean, it's open at 95.5. I took it then, but it's all the way up to 98.5 now on FanDuel. You can get it for the lowest number. I believe it's 99.5 on DK, but you have to take Justin Jefferson's over because he's going over today against Detroit. And then we're getting into Courtland Sutton. Courtland Sutton, the wide receiver for the Denver Broncos. I like him over 57.5 receiving yards. We have him projected for 65 receiving yards. He's gone over that number, obviously, in both games for Denver so far. This week, they play the 49ers. Now, they're playing the 49ers at least at home, which is good. But the books are kind of giving the 49ers a little bit too much respect, in my opinion. Yes, the pass defense is great, but I don't know if it's number one in the league great. And they've only allowed, I believe, 145 passing yards per game. Now, again, part of the reason why they've played the Bears and they've played the Seahawks. So, two teams that aren't really known for their passing game and probably won't be known for their passing game for a little while. I think I'm down to take the over on Courtland Sutton because Jerry Jeudy being a little bit banged up, Russell Wilson knowing that he has to win this game, very important game now for his schedule. They have to get this offense going at some point. I think it's going to start and end with Courtland Sutton, and he has been going over, obviously, in the first two games, so I'm willing to continue with that trend. I just think this number is a little bit too low. You know, if it was 62.5, 63.5, I'd be like, I don't know, but I think with the banged up Jerry Jeudy, I think you see all the volume he saw last week in the absence of Jerry Jeudy, he could see more of that today, and that's why I really like Courtland Sutton over 57.5 receiving yards, and that number is at MGM for the best price. Then let's get into another guy who I've been talking about all off season. I said, buy him, get him in fantasy. You need to have him, and it's Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk has been playing phenomenally for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We have him projected for 84.5 receiving yards. You can get him at 58.5 at DK, Caesars, and MGM. I think he's going over. They're playing against the Chargers this week. The spread opened up super high, and then there's fear about Justin Herbert, so it came right down. I think that's great. I think that's going to provide a more competitive environment, which could see Christian Kirk getting even more targets because now the Jaguars know they have a shot to win. So for me, I'm all in on Christian Kirk this season. I think he's been great so far. He's been getting a ton of targets. He's been scoring touchdowns too, which has been phenomenal. I love this number for him, and the main reason why is because the Chargers still have a top 5 run defense while still allowing a lot of passing yards per game. So you think about how are they going to win this game. Generally, with the Jaguars, you've seen they've been trying to run the ball, establish the run, and set up the pass. But I don't think they're going to be able to do that against the Chargers. The Chargers literally have the 6th best defense against the run, allowing only 84 yards per game versus the pass, which is, right around middle of the pack, 225 yards per game. So, again, I think that they're going to have to just air it out. It's going to be Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Evan Ingram, whoever else, get Travis Etienne involved in the passing game. I think there's going to be a lot of passing in this one from the Jaguars. They know they have a shot now, and I think they can take every advantage of it. I don't know if they're going to win, but I think they have a pretty good shot even against that Chargers defense. Now, the last one I'm talking about is the Kansas City Chiefs to cover the 6.5 point spread against the Colts. The Colts have a great defense, but it hasn't played that great. Now, they have been better against the run, but they have been allowing stuff through the air. So again, Patrick Mahomes, a guy who can decipher these defenses, I think has a really good shot of covering this spread. Now, I don't love the number 6.5 on the road. They are playing in Indy, which is a big factor here, but the Colts have just been so bad. We see Trevor Lawrence shred them. I see no reason why the offense can't get right this week. Obviously, last week, they have the 10 days off playing on Thursday Night Football. Against the Chargers, the offense looked kind of so-so on the short week. week. I expect them to get right in this one. And if you like another number, Patrick Mahomes over 290.5 passing yards. Yes, the passing yards. It's a high number. I don't love it, but Patrick Mahomes has averaged 339 passing yards per game in domes, and the one game he played in Indy, he did throw for 321 passing yards. So again, some good numbers to show that they're probably going to pass a lot and can pass a lot in this game environment. We may see some Clyde because the run defense is, so-so at times for the Colts, and we know how bad Matt Ryan's been, but I just believe that the Chiefs defense can kind of contain Jonathan Taylor. They have a top 10 run defense, so I think they can kind of contain him, not stop him the way the Jaguars did somehow, but I think they can contain him and play well in this one. Matt Ryan's just been so bad, but they will hopefully have Michael Pittman back. We'll see the status there, but I think the 6.5 they can cover. We have him projected as 10.5 point favorites over at MySparry, so I would make sure you lock all these numbers in. Justin Jefferson over 98.5 at FanDuel, Courtland Sutton over 57.5 at MGM, Christian Kirk over 58.5 receiving yards, Caesars, MGM, and DK for that number, and the Kansas City Chiefs to cover the 6.5. Those are my best bets. Those are the bets I like this weekend. As always, if you tail, give them hell, and if we fail, do not bail. Make sure you drop me a like and subscribe for future content. I will see you guys for Monday Night Football tomorrow, and I'm out. Peace.